Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first edition of Cruise Insider. I'm your host. My name is Simon, and I hope everybody's staying safe in these awful, and unprecedented times that we're having at the moment with regards to everything that's happening around the world, coronavirus, etc., etc. I know some countries have a worldwide ban and for going out other than for essentials. A little bit of exercise and shopping, etc. Like I said, it's terrible, unprecedented times right now. So first and foremost, I hope that you all are staying safe. Like I said, my name is Simon. I am doing my first video. This is my first video and YouTube content that I'm doing. We are, or I am called the Cruise Insider, or that's the name of my channel. I don't really know why I picked that name. It's just a name that somebody suggested to me that I thought, it doesn't sound too bad. So a little bit about me and my background. I am an ex-cruise ship employee. I have worked on ships for Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, Azamara, obviously all the same company as you probably know. I've also worked on Carnival. I've cruised on Cunard, Princess, also Azamara, Celebrity, Royal Caribbean ships. And I've been at sea on and off since 2002. My very first ship, in fact, was the Adventure of the Seas for Royal Caribbean, where I started as a bartender, believe it or not. When I'd never been on a ship before, or never been on a cruise ship before, and it was a whole new experience for me. And when I was there, I met so many fantastic people and saw so many amazing jobs that I could do, and I really enjoyed the cruise staff side of it because my background is in entertainment. And so then I became a crew staff and then went on to become assistant cruise director or activities manager as Royal Caribbean changed the title to. Then I left to get married and eventually made my way back to ships, this time as the art director. I've had the privilege of being on cruise ships for many years. I think I've to date been to over 80 different countries and over 400 cities around the world. And so the idea of this channel is I just wanted to, share my experiences, not only as a crew member, but as a cruiser. And, obviously, as the channel hopefully grows, to be able to take your questions. I'm not, obviously my specialty, I guess, would be, say Royal Caribbean Celebrity Azamara, but I am, I also, when I went back onto land, I also became a cruise specialist selling cruises. I don't do that anymore either, but so I do know a lot about all of the other cruise lines, including river cruises, etc. So that is the idea of the channel, and hopefully, people might be interested in what I have to say, might not be interested in what I say. But a lot of the time, I'm just going to be reporting on the news as I see it or as I read it. Sometimes it will be, the news will be from mainstream media. Sometimes it will be from people I still know working on the ship, although I do have to be a little bit careful about what I say with regards to that. So yeah, that's me, and that is the channel. This is just going to be a short kind of intro video today. I just wanted to touch base a little bit on some of the news regarding ships, as you all probably know, any avid cruisers out there. As you all will know, that at the moment, bar a couple of ships, there really aren't any cruises. Everybody's been grounded, as it were, or tied up alongside at various different ports around the world. And obviously that is affecting the cruise industry, the companies as a whole. If you imagine, you know, the revenue that each ship makes on a day-to-day basis, a week-to-week basis, a month-to-month basis, from not only from cruise fares, but which honestly is a small amount of their profits. They mainly make huge money from casinos, huge money from beverages, especially from beverages. I remember actually this is in 2002, but I do remember that I remember seeing an invoice, but this is when I was a bartender, and we used to have to go down to the inventory supplies, which on Royal Caribbean they call kind of the main belly of the ship, the I-95, and we would have to go down at 6 o'clock in the morning. We'd have to go down to the inventory manager and get all of our supplies for the bar. And I remember looking at one of the invoices, and at the time they were buying a liter of Grey Goose vodka for, I think it was about $4.50 or $5 if I remember correctly, and we were selling a single shot of that for $5.50. So just to give you some perspective of the amount of money just in the bars alone that they make on alcohol, because obviously once you're on board, you really don't have any other option. You have to go to the bars, right? Because much as you may try to bring some stuff aboard, generally they take it off you if you're not sneaky enough. Excuse me, to get it in. So my point to all of that was they're losing millions and millions of dollars per day by the ships not sailing. So, I guess if there's a good side to that, not from their point of view, but to as a cruiser's point of view, when they are eventually allowed to cruise again, and people are allowed to get back on the ships, probably to build back up their clientele or get the ships filled as quickly as possible. I would imagine there will be some crazy deals out there for you to jump on. That being said, there'll also be, understandably, a little bit of nerves and trepidation for people deciding when they should go back. I mean, the CDC issued a 100-day no sail order, but I know certain Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, Carnival, and when I say Carnival, I mean the Carnival Corporation as a whole, which obviously includes Princess, Seabourn, Cunard, Holland America, Carnival itself, Costa. So when I say Carnival, I mean all of those. They're all scheduling kind of May, June, saying they're going to be sailing again. I got to be honest with you, I don't really see that happening, to be fair. I mean, nobody really knows what's going to be happening at the moment. It's coming up towards the end of April, and May is next month. So this pandemic doesn't seem to be slowing down from what I can see, and certainly, getting back onto a ship in May. Again, I think there'll be a lot of trepidation about that. And then also, the ships can say they're going to sail all they want, but it's a lot more than just the ships. I mean, obviously the ships need crew. A lot of ships still have their crew on board, which is a whole other story I'll go into. But people need to be able to get to the ships. Now, if the airlines aren't flying, then, how are guests supposed to get to the ship? If the ports are closed, how are they supposed to get supplies? How are they supposed to get food and booze, if the ports are closed? So they say that they're going to start cruising again in May. I'd be very surprised if that happens. And I think, and again, don't quote me on this, but I think one of the only cruise lines that I've heard say, we're not we're not scheduling any sailings till August, is somebody who hasn't actually sailed yet, which is Virgin Voyages. The Scarlet Lady. They're basically saying, you know what, we're not doing anything till August. Now, they are in a slightly different position in the fact that they haven't actually had any guests on board yet. So, they would have had less things to cancel. And as a new startup company and a new build, they would have kind of budgeted for that. They won't be as hard hit, put it that way, as the rest of the cruise lines. So that is that with regards to the virus. Now, over the next coming days, weeks, months, I'm going to be doing a lot of stories on, the mainstream media's, in my opinion, slightly unfair attack on cruise lines. It seems to be that they're blaming cruise lines more than anybody else. I'm not going to get into it now, but I'm going to be doing some stories of that. I'm going to be getting doing some stories about what it's like from a crew member's perspective. What the plans are, what the changes might be in the cruise industry as a whole because of this pandemic. And obviously, anything that you want to talk about, leave comments. If I don't know the answer, obviously I will look into it before I come back on air and find the answers out for you. But like I said, when it comes to the inner workings of all of the cruise lines, I'm not going to say I'm an expert by any way, shape, or form. I do know more about Royal Caribbean Celebrity and Azamara. Like I said, because I've actually worked for that company, but not only for that company. I've worked on board many different Royal Caribbean ships. I've worked on board celebrity ships, and I've worked on board Azamara. Actually, only one of Azamara's ships twice, the Azamara Quest. But so my kind of expertise, if you will, or my main hands-on knowledge, as it would be from Royal Caribbean Celebrity and Azamara. So that being said, though, like I said, I used to sell cruises as a cruise expert, and so I do have quite a bit of knowledge about all the other cruise lines as well. So that being said, this is just a quick short intro video. Like I said, my name is Simon. This channel is the Cruise Insider. Again, don't jump on me for the name. It's just something somebody thought of, and I decided to use it. I'm not saying that I have particular, up-to-date, in-the-moment, inside knowledge of anything that's going on. Sometimes I will, but that's not why I named it. It was just a catchy name. So, yeah, hopefully we can get some subscribers together and get a good following going on. This really is a channel for you guys, for the news, obviously, but for you guys too. I want to know about your experiences, the cruises you love to go on. If you have any questions about any particular cruises, what cruise line would you rate above another one? Obviously that comes down to various different things, which we'll get into, but it's community for you to voice your opinion, to tell me what you like, what you prefer, etc. So like I said, this is my very first YouTube video about cruising. Hopefully we will build up a great community here, share stories, opinions, and get some information from me, possibly, or definitely, and from each other. So like I said, my name is Simon. It has been an absolute pleasure. This is Cruise Insider. Please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and obviously share with your friends. We're going to be doing probably at least 2 or 3 videos a week. If you want to hit that notification button as well, it will let you know when something when I've released a new video, and also let me know if you like the green screen. I just thought it was appropriate or a bit more fun rather than a bare wall. And yeah, let me know if there's any particular subjects you want me to broach. and talk about in the coming days. But more importantly, yes, like I said, please like and subscribe the video. Really, if you can, share it. I'd like to get this community up and rolling. Get some big numbers in as soon as possible. As long as we have enough viewers, we're going to be doing a live question and answer. And again, tell me what you want to see. But until then, like I said, it has been a pleasure. Like I said, my very first video. I'm excited to do more and share more with you. My name is Simon. I'm the Cruise Insider, and like I said, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification button, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching.